What's up everyone? I have a 5 Hulk victory for you today. Hulk is probably one of the easier 5 of a kinds that you can get in Star Pack nowadays. I believe multiple people have it already, so I'm kind of late joining the club as we face Wombat turn 1. How fitting. But yeah, Hulk is so good because its ability is a rare snipe. The Star Pack doesn't usually have a lot of snipers. The only ones that I can think of off the top of my head are the Puffin and the Hulk. So yeah, if the opponent is running peppers or coconuts, you get to remove them, so that's super nice. And when you yourself have peppers, it's actually making the combats a lot easier. You don't need to have as many stats as your opponent because you're going to just cheat them out of the victory because you remove all their equipment. Whatever the case though, Hulk is a tier 4 unit, so we have to wait a little bit to get it. For now though, we have rolled quite nicely into a Capybara. Hopefully we can get some good units. You can see that we have leveled up into an Anteater as well, and we find Double Stork too. So yeah, I think we're going to be pretty safe in the early game. We have tons of good units. We even have a better apple frozen for a potential Hulk purchase later on. So yeah, you already know how this goes. We are going to preserve the level ups until turn 7, then we can level up multiple times, hopefully finding multiple scalers. For now, yeah, we're going to stack these stocks onto each other and we roll into double Cappy, which kind of forces my hand a little bit. I don't want to combine the stocks, but here I do it anyway, as I take the double Stork, or double Cappy rather. And our team is a little bit weak right now because we saw the Anteater and only included stat sticks. And the math right here is also kind of unfortunate, so we end up losing a heart. Whatever the case though, I think we're going to be super powerful at the end of this turn if we decide to buy something. If we roll into another Capybara especially, we can bump up the stat line of the weakest one at the back up to like 9-9, I believe it is. Yeah, we'll see that right now. From a 2-5 up to a 9-9, that's crazy. On turn 6 I believe this is, yeah. And you can see now it's no close contest, we just win regardless of their good stats and their good combos. We get to level up here with one of the Capybaras and we find a Polar Bear, which is super nice. It's one of the few ways of scaling in the Star Pack, so we'll be abusing it, hopefully finding a Hulk in the shop. And actually, yeah, we do find one, double buffed by the double Cappies. And we even find another Hulk, so we can even afford to buy one of the Hulks and the other one can receive the stats from the Polar Bear. You can see I gave up on the Frog right here. I don't think it's necessary, especially when you have a double Capybara on the team. Instead we Frog swap onto the Polar Bear, which is going to stick around and it's going to need good stats obviously. But for now I think we'll be fine. Yep, we have the stats to spare. If we roll into another Capybara especially, we can buff the stats of the pre-existing Capybaras on our team. But yeah, I do find a Crow, which is going to be super useful. I want the Polar Bear to hit level 2 as soon as possible. I don't think really levels on the Hulk really matter. Maybe in the late game when our opponents are going to be running Vultures and Spinosauruses, then we may have a level 2 Hulk for the backline, but for now I think 7 damage is more than good enough. And yeah, I think we should be winning here, yep. Very clutch that the Hulk is taking out a 7 HP Praying Mantis right there. It could have gone a lot differently that round. But yeah, hopefully we get the level 2 Polar Bear pretty soon. We also find a Husky, which I believe I'm going to take. Husky to scale up the pre-existing Hulks, because I had to take them a little bit early in order to not lose hearts. And the Polar Bear is going to be scaling the ones in the shop. I think it's a pretty good combo, but it kind of disallows you from going for perk foods, which is kind of what you want to do when you have Polar Bear scaling, unfortunately. And yeah, you can see we lose there. Maybe with a couple of peppers we might have been good, but we hadn't found any. We take yet another Husky, we just stack it onto each other because I really like the scaling from the Capybara still. but now I believe I'm going to sell it in favor of a second polar bear. And yeah, the team I think right now is pretty weak, especially with no peppers, but we should be fine if we get a little bit lucky, which we do on this round. How many hearts do we have to spare? 3, so yeah, we are more than fine enough hearts wise, I believe. Most runs don't really get to this point in the game with so many hearts to spare. Maybe I should have bought sold this zebra right there, and yeah, I actually do end up doing that. Quite luckily both of the buffs land on the hawks. If it had landed on the polar bear or the husky, it would have been wasted because both of them are going to be going away at the end of the run, obviously. But yeah, we keep getting favorable matchups and we keep ended up winning, which is super nice. We have 4 more wins to go. The stats are not the best, but at least we have good abilities, and if I decide to put pepper onto the units, I think we'll have very good chances of winning. Here you can see actually I end up rolling a third hawk, and it's not optimal trying to freeze it because the polar bear can hit it with its buff. So instead we just stack onto the pre-existing hawk, maybe we get it up to level 2 or something. Do we win here? Yup. Based on the fact that we have a statted up polar bear and husky actually. Like, I don't really like investing in the scalers themselves, but I think it may actually be a pretty good strategy, especially for the more difficult fights that there are in the star pack. Here we are going to win most likely. Yup. Or did I speak too soon? Yeah, I actually did speak too soon. The Sabertooth there was level 2, which made it so that we the summon traded with the husky favorably, unfortunately. But yeah, I think we have to move away from the husky scaling pretty soon because it's going to become a detriment to us not having any equipment. Hopefully here we don't lose, but it's looking kinda scary. Yeah, once again the Sabertooth makes us draw instead of win, which is kinda crazy. Sabertooth's such a good unit in the star pack in particular. But yeah, I think we have to sell the husky now. We still enjoy the scaling from the polar bear, and we can put some equipment on, maybe on something with 28 attack, yep. With peppers you really want to be putting it on the units with 25 attack or higher, because that way they can trade with a 50-50 with no equipment, and especially when you're running multiple hogs, the chance of them having no equipment becomes pretty high. And yeah, we win here once again. The polar bear is there to claim the victory for us. We roll into yet another pepper, which we are going to put on the 30 attack one. Maybe the next 28 attack one is going to receive the next pepper. I don't know why I did that. It's kind of suboptimal, but I guess it's like not that consequential, so I shouldn't really care. Whatever the case though, hopefully we continue winning here. It's looking kinda scary. Thankfully the end hits land on the worst spots imaginable. So yeah, we're 1 win away. We're going to transition into the 5 of a kind. Yep, we have 5 beefy hawks. All of them almost have pepper. I'm rolling for the final one, but I don't manage to find it, so instead I'll take a hot dog. And yeah, I don't believe this is the final round, however. Yeah, you can see I'm kind of hesitant to click end turn there, and we'll see what happens here. Unfortunately, they have lots of stats, and because our hawks have so much attack, the raptor gets to trigger after them, meaning that they still have a coconut even after the snipes. But yeah, I believe this is going to be the final turn, all of them having pepper finally. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, I hope that you like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.